Okay, now let's try to build the candle set. This candle set got three candles. They have light, so you can see it's only around the candle part is have the yellow light, and it's though these three candles is on a dish. So let's try to make it. How can we make the candle set? The same, I open the building tab and select the cylinder and click on the ground. Oh, it's a little bit too big for candle, so I can make that. I'm clicking on Control and Shift, and I drag this so I can resize this. I don't need to click somewhere else, so just Control and Shift and resize. And then I click on Alt and zoom in this candle and make that just longer but not just longer but not bigger. So just make this candle a little bit longer. So okay, I got the first candle part done. I click on Shift and drag this, so I have the second one, and I can just resize this and Control and Shift. I'm clicking on and click on one of the dots, so I can make this candle shorter and then maybe a little bit fatter. Let's see how will that look like. Okay, because we don't want three candles totally look the same. So okay, now the third one, I still click on Shift, and now I have the third one, and Control and Shift resize this can be skinnier, and Alt key to zoom in and Control Shift to resize this. The internet is a little bit slower, so it's not really synchronized now. And then now I can just move them closer to each other. Okay, now we got the three candles. Before I start to make the flame, because the flame got some tricky parts. First is about the texture, and then it's about the flexibility, and then also about the light. So I will do that later. Now I will make the dish for these candles. So I can just click on Shift and then create another shape. But now let me just click on the sphere and click on the ground, and now I got a big sphere ball. Maybe you will ask why I have a sphere here. How can a sphere make a dish? Yeah, we can do that. Let's go to the Object tab and make this hollow. I still want this as 95. I can make that smaller, make that thicker, but I like the very thin dish, so this is what I want. And there are two ways to do this. One is you can use path cut, and so like this. Oops. Okay, I will click Ctrl Shift Y now, make that bright now so I can see. As you can see here, this dish is turned to another way, so from this side we still think it's the same thing, but it's not. Okay, the dish is like this. I can just make that like change the shape, but there is another way to do that too. Let me show that to you. I can use the dimple there. You can see here. That's at another side, so you cannot see from here. Okay, here. When you click on this, the hole will start from like this. It's the same. Do the same thing. It's just cut the ball, but it's strongly influence how the texture working on this object. So if you use the cut part, the texture will be more like a strip. But if you use the dim part, it will more like this kind. So it's your choice. Just do whatever you want, because it will influence how you want your ball look like. now it's just a bowl, but we will make that become a dish later. Okay, now I have this, and then the same, I resize that, I make that shallower, and I can zoom in, and I put them on the dish. Yeah, so here it is, you can see. Now I'm going to make the flame now. So how can we make a flame? Actually, this is the flame I made is just a square shape, because there is only 3 kind of shape that you can make that flexible, and you can use the feature tab. One is, let me see which ones, only box, cylinder, and prims. So only the 3 you can do that. Other than that, you cannot use the feature tab. So I would just use the one of the box. Oops, this is not a box, but I can change that into a box. Okay, like this, and I resize this, make that really tiny, and then make that smaller and smaller. The internet is a little slow. It's okay. Okay. And now we can see the flame is not in the center, and now it is, so, but not from this direction. Okay, it's maybe a little bit too far away. Let's check from here. Okay, we are good. Before I put on the flame texture, I will just make the whole thing as transparent. In that way, we will not have the edgy part have a little bit color or a little bit texture. In this way, it will be more professional for our building. Okay, after this, then I will click on select texture, and as you can see, after I click on that, the whole texture will have a circle with the cross on the center, and I just click one of the surface, and let's see, other side didn't show that circle with the cross, so only this side. So that means we are only editing this part of the texture. I just select the texture for this. I know it's in my inventory, so I open the inventory and find the texture. I can do 2 kind of things. I can just open the selection box window and then find it. Another way of doing this is I can just drag this texture onto this box, so it will show there. Let's see. Yeah, it's there, but it's wrong side. So let's don't do that now. I will change the texture later, the direction. Then the same, come to the back side, because we want the flame is at the 2 sides, not only 1 side, and do the same thing. Just put that onto, oops, here. So it's showed here. And now I want to reposition this, so I will just click on position again, and I click on control and